So every game that is done can either be a 2D or a 3D, which an example of a 3D game that's in development will be shown by Ayush later on. But this is what Vignesh has done, has created what's known as a sprite, taking an animation and breaking it up into its n number of frames. For Jatayu, how we've collectively decided to portray him, he has his wings down, his wings up, and the game will be able to alternate back and forth. So that each time that you tap the screen on your phone, or you click the mouse, or even if you press the space bar, you'll have Jatayu flapping its wings and he'll be flying. If he was to run into an obstacle, unfortunately, you show that he's dead, but his wings are not cut off. Later on, as you progress in the game, Ravan will start having his involvement. He could start throwing swords, he could start throwing anything that could possibly, as the story goes, cut Jatayu's wings off completely and give him enough time until Ram gets to Jatayu for Jatayu to deliver the message as to where Sita has gone. And to transition, I actually was able to get it onto a phone. Last time at Memorial Day, you had said you were speaking to a little girl and asking her what she was doing. She's like, "Oh, Swamiji, I'm actually playing a game on the phone." It would actually be an honor if you could try and test this out. So if you can see right here, this is just an example of what could end up being the actual game on a phone. So you have a cute little bird that's flapping its wings, and sooner or later you'll see that there are two columns. The bird has to fly through this gap, and as you can see, it hits. Why don't you try?
So what do you do?
Just tap the screen, and you can see that the bird is just flapping its wings.
Between the clouds?
Just keep tapping. Just keep tapping and try to make sure. Just keep tapping so you can always see the bird's flapping its wings. And you have to try and get in between the columns.
So you're in between the columns?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because if the bird falls on the ground, we say it's dead.
Yeah. Don't do anything.
Clouds don't move. Clouds will move, and they're just part of the background. They're not something that the bird will collide into. The possibilities are that the bird only collides with the ground.
I should.
Or with the
Before I see the column comes, and this sort of collides. It doesn't give me time to.
So that way, once you go through,
Yeah.
he's very close. He's actually playing the demo.
Oh.
So now I'll actually hand it over to Vignesh, as that's his contribution towards the project,
Okay.
and he'll be designing the background as well. Another project that I mentioned at Memorial Day was known as A Link to Lanka. Tasks and what you have.
So I was on the development team for the logo. Me and Vignesh worked together to create this. This is what we've been doing the last 2 days. Additionally, this is the flow chart which I had worked on, which shows what we'll be doing and what steps we'll be taking throughout the development course.
So logo is for what?
So the logo
The
actually
logo is for the
is.
game.
I'll explain.
Okay.
So the logo is to show what the user will see when they launch the game from their computer. And what I actually asked them to do was, up top is India, at the bottom is Lanka, and it's the background of water. The entire connections that you see there can be possible bridges that the player will have to construct. Thus the link from India, that's the term. A different take
This is
on
a
Hanuman's
it's on the
journey.
picture up there as well. It's a slightly more modern take on Hanuman's journey to Lanka. So he's basically in the plane, he's flying the plane.
Wow.
He decided to name the plane, we're gonna find a name, and this is a series of mountains that he has to cross. Then next he's going to cross oceans and fight monsters, or fly past monsters.
Okay.
Fight like surface to air missiles to make it more modern. And he's it's like challenging not to hit anything
Okay.
like through these mountains, this is just a basic idea of what the game will be. But and then you can lose easily if you hit anything. It's just
You are doing it easily. I can't do it. I was hitting that column.
a slightly more modern take on Hanuman's Day. It's slightly more appealing to young kids, and at the same time, they still learn a great lesson about our background. I think I'll say about this.
Very good.
That'll be all.
You were gonna put the names. He was gonna put some markers. The
Ah, yes.
the plane is gonna have a name, right?
Yes.
What is
I haven't
I
said.
think it was like Jayat, I think X3, because
Yeah.
what Hanuman would say, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram. So we thought to give it a more modern take, we'll say Jayat X3. So because that way the pilot would have to say Jai Ram, and the whole backstory would be that the pilot has undergone so much of training, much like how Hanuman had his powers unlocked by I believe who was the character? Was it
Jambavan.
by Jambavan, saying, you were blessed with so much powers. Now those powers must be used.